You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful. It looks like we may be getting a big comings and goings update because we do expect Lisa Yamada's exit soon, and that means Luna Nozawa is going to be out for a time, possibly even gone for good. Right now, Sheila told her not to do it, but we've got Luna ready to kill Steffy because she thinks it's the only way she can have a relationship with her daddy Finn. So Steffy is in danger, and by the looks of it, that could be what takes Luna off B&B soon. But the question is how they write an exit for Lisa Yamada's character. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about how Luna may leave Bold if indeed her time is really up, which it looks like they're going there. So will Luna leave dead, alive, in handcuffs, or in a body bag? And hey, do that subscribe thing if you're not following us. All right, let's get into it. So it's definitely feeling more and more like Luna's going to leave Bold. Not only is her character painted into a corner as a villain that pretty much nobody wants around except Sheila, also the actress has other obligations. Filming is underway for the new Prime Video series Elle, which is a prequel series to the movie Legally Blonde, and Lisa Yamada landed a plum role as a high school student who is a friend of Elle Woods. So Lisa obviously is going to need some time off of B&B because, you know, she needs to focus on this Prime series. So they may be writing out Luna for a little while or long term or forever. It's hard to imagine what's even left for Lisa Yamada's character in a storyline capacity long term, especially given what Luna is up to right now. So Sheila tried hard to shut her down, but Luna is determined to murder Steffy to get her out of the way so she can have a relationship with Finn. Everything we're seeing feels like a perfect storm to set up Luna leaving Bold and the Beautiful. If so, how does Luna exit? Basically, 3 ways to go out: alive and free, dead and gone, or back behind bars. Let's dive in. So the first thing, assuming Bold and the Beautiful wants to be able to bring Finn's daughter back to wreak more havoc later, they can write Luna out in a way where she's alive and still on the loose. You know, Sheila or somebody else might convince Luna to change her mind about murdering her stepmom Steffy. Of course, that would be boring, but B&B sometimes does boring when they have a much more dramatic option. I don't know why they do, but they build up to drama and then just poof and just drop the ball. But a more dramatic and soapy option would be that Luna could convince Sheila to leave town with her, at least for a while. Deacon wouldn't like it, but if it'll get lunatic Luna to leave and Sheila promises to come back to him, then that's possible. But it seems like a long shot. Another scenario could be that her bio mom, Poppy, agrees to let Luna back in her life and says they can move away and start over somewhere new. And if you remember, after Bill got her the pardon, Luna wanted back in Poppy's life, but her mom rejected her. Understandably, very understandably. But after Sheila talks to Poppy this week, maybe she'll go to her daughter and tell Luna they should just leave town together. So now let's talk about the ways Bold might actually kill off Finn's lunatic daughter and she leaves in a body bag, because that's a whole lot more fun. Because if nobody can get Luna to leave and she goes after Steffy, things could take a dangerous turn for Luna herself. So we know from the promo she gets her hands on a gun this week intending to kill Steffy. But Luna might get herself killed in the process. Never forget, Steffy knows how to handle a gun. She's actually shot Sheila before. So it is possible Steffy could fight Luna, take the gun, and shoot her in self-defense. Or we might see Finn or Lee or Sheila wrestle the gun from Luna, shoot her accidentally, or in Lee's case, on purpose. If you remember, Lee Finnegan brought Luna down last time, and she could do it again. On the other hand, it might be Elektra, because I can see Luna targeting her too. I could see some kind of chaos at Bill's house, since we know he gets involved with Luna's storyline by the end of this week. Part of it, I think, is because that she's stalking Bill's son, but there could be a confrontation at the Spencer mansion that involves Will and or Bill. even Elektra could be part of it, and Luna could go off that balcony at Bill's place. We've seen Sheila tossed off the balcony by Bill, and Ridge tossed Bill off the balcony before. Now, both of them survived, but a fall could still be fatal. We might see a struggle with Bill, Elektra will, or even Steffy at Bill's place, and Luna gets thrown off the balcony harder and farther than when Bill or Sheila fell, and maybe it breaks her neck. Speaking of Luna falling, that could happen at the beach too. This week, we see a shocked Steffy and Finn facing Luna at their house. And if she turns around and then comes back later with the gun and threatens Steffy, they may struggle, wind up outside the Malibu house, which, if you don't recall, is on a cliff. And if Luna and Steffy wind up in a struggle, then Luna might get knocked off the cliff by Steffy or her dad Finn or Grandma Sheila trying to protect Steffy. If you remember, Brooke knocked Thomas off that cliff. He fell, he hit the sand, and it was like an emergency situation. But it'd be more interesting if Luna was swept off into the ocean and is presumed dead, and then 5 years later comes back covered in seaweed. Remember when they did that with Deacon? It was the biggest nonsense. After Quinn knocked him off a cliff, he comes back really pissed off, seaweed dripping out. It was insane. That way, if Luna goes out that way, they could do a funeral where Sheila is sad, Finn is stressed, and everybody else is pretty much glad she's gone. And then they could still bring Luna back later. So another option is Luna's trying to kill Steffy or Elektra or both, and Luna's waving her gun around, and Lieutenant Baker shows up and the cops shoot her. So it could be death by cop. Those are all pretty dramatic and intense options. One last thing that Bold could do, though, is something pretty anticlimactic, and I hope it doesn't go this way. They could have Luna caught with the gun trying to kill Steffy, and then Lieutenant Baker arrests her, and Luna is sent back to prison, this time without the chance of getting a pardon bought by billionaire Bill Spencer. But given the current storyline and Lisa Yamada needing time off to film her new Amazon Prime series, to me, it seems almost certain that they're going to have to exit Luna, at least for a little while. But given how they have just put her in this situation where she's irredeemable, she can't have a romantic love interest, I think there was enough fan drive for them to redeem Sheila, because a lot of people really like Sheila Carter, but that's still problematic for a lot of fans, and there's nothing good about Luna. So looks like she's got to go.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.